Goldilocks and the Three Bears by Robert Southey, retold by Dallin Fox. Once upon a time there were 3 bears, Papa Bear, Mama Bear and Baby Bear, who lived together in a house of their own in the wood. They each had a bowl for their porridge, a little bowl for the Baby Bear, and a middle-sized bowl for the Mama Bear, and a great bowl for the Papa Bear. And they each had a chair to sit in, a little chair for the Baby Bear, and a middle-sized chair for the Mama Bear, and a great chair for the Papa Bear. And they each had a bed to sleep in, a little bed for the Baby Bear, and a middle-sized bed for the Mama Bear, and a great bed for the Papa Bear. One day, after Mama Bear had made the porridge for their breakfast and poured it into their porridge bowls, they all walked out into the wood while the porridge was cooling, that they might not burn their mouths by beginning too soon, for they were polite, well-brought-up bears. And while they were away, a little girl named Goldilocks, who lived at the other side of the wood and had been sent on an errand by her mother, passed by the bear's cottage and looked in at the window, and then she peeped in at the keyhole, for she was not at all a well-brought-up little girl. Then, seeing nobody in the cottage, she lifted the latch. The door was not locked, because the bears were good bears, who did nobody any harm and never suspected that anybody would harm them. So Goldilocks opened the door and went in. She was well pleased when she saw the porridge on the table. If she had been a well-brought-up little girl, she would have waited till the bears came home, and then perhaps they would have asked her to breakfast. For they were good bears, a little rough or so, as the manner of bears is, but for all that very good-natured and hospitable. But she was an impudent, rude little girl, and so she set about helping herself. First, she tasted the porridge of the Papa Bear, and that was too hot for her. Next, she tasted the porridge of the Mama Bear, but that was too cold for her. And then she went to the porridge of the Baby Bear, and tasted it, and that was neither too hot nor too cold, but just right, and she liked it so much that she ate it all up, every bit. Then Goldilocks, who was tired, for she had been catching butterflies instead of running on her errand, sat down in the chair of the Papa Bear, but that was too hard for her. And then she sat down in the chair of the Mama Bear, and that was too soft for her. But when she sat down in the chair of the Baby Bear, that was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. So she seated herself in it, and there she sat till the bottom of the chair suddenly popped out, and down she came, plump upon the ground, and that made her very cross, for she was a bad-tempered little girl. Now, being determined to rest, Goldilocks went upstairs into the bedchamber in which the 3 bears slept, and first she lay down upon the bed of the Papa Bear, but that was too high at the head for her, and next she lay down upon the bed of the Mama Bear, and that was too high at the foot for her, and then she lay down upon the bed of the Baby Bear, and that was neither too high at the head nor at the foot, but just right. So she covered herself up comfortably, and lay there till she fell fast asleep. By this time the 3 bears thought their porridge would be cool enough for them to eat it properly, so they came home to breakfast. Now careless Goldilocks had left the spoon of the Papa Bear standing in his porridge. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the Papa Bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. Then the Mama Bear looked at her porridge and saw the spoon was standing in it too. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the Mama Bear in her middle-sized voice. Then the Baby Bear looked at his, and there was the spoon in the porridge bowl, but the porridge was all gone. "Somebody has been at my porridge and has eaten it all up," said the Baby Bear in his little wee voice. Upon this, the 3 bears, seeing that someone had entered their house and eaten up the Baby Bear's breakfast, began to look about them. Now the careless Goldilocks had not put the hard cushion straight when she rose from the chair of the Papa Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the Papa Bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. And the careless Goldilocks had squatted down the soft cushion of the Mama Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the Mama Bear in her middle-sized voice. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and has popped the bottom through," said the Baby Bear in his little wee voice. Then the 3 bears thought they had better make a further search in case it was a burglar, so they went upstairs into their bedchamber. Now Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the Papa Bear out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the Papa Bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. and Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the mama bear out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the mama bear in her middle-sized voice. But when the baby bear came to look at his bed, there was the pillow in its place. And upon the pillow, there was Goldilocks's yellow head, which was not in its place, for she should not be there. "Somebody has been lying in my bed, and here she is still," said the baby bear in his little wee voice. Now Goldilocks had heard in her sleep the great, rough, gruff voice of the Papa Bear, but she was so fast asleep that it was no more to her than the roaring of wind or the rumbling of thunder. And she had heard the middle-sized voice of the Mama Bear, but it was only as if she had heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the little wee voice of the baby bear, it was so sharp and so shrill that it awakened her at once. Up she sat, and when she saw the 3 bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself out at the other and ran from the bedroom, down the stairs, and right out the cottage front door. Now the 3 bears rushed after her, and as they arrived at the front cottage door, they saw the naughty, frightened little Goldilocks running into the wood and quickly disappearing among the trees. And the 3 bears never saw anything more of her again. Goldilocks and the 3 Bears by Robert Southey, retold by Dallin Fox. The end.